What's up? What's up? Peace, your boy Spiritual Initiative back again with another video. Hope everyone is doing well. This video I had to get out because I just felt really compelled to just speak on this and start to speak on this because I can see just throughout society that there's some information missing about what's really going on in this country. And we've fallen for traps out here. We've fallen for tricks, right? We're falling for the same trick bag as that. So we got to air some shit out so we understand what's going on. So before I get into this, I'm gonna give y'all all the game, all right? To get caught up on what's all going on in this country, you talking about the deep state, Trump, Democrats, police brutality, George Floyd situation, whatever. Go to Young Pharaoh's YouTube page, all right? I'll even leave a link in my description so y'all can go and get it. You know what I'm saying? Because people got to get, where it is. And the biggest reason why I want to big up Young Pharaoh is because he is the only one, as far as in the black community, he is the only one who was touching on things that no one else is touching on. At least that I see, you know what I'm saying? So maybe there's someone else doing it. I'm not saying, if I'm not aware, I'm not aware. But from what I see, no one's talking about shit. Everyone is so let's deal with it, all right? Let's deal with it. So check out Young Pharaoh's YouTube page. Go on Netflix. Check out Jeffrey Epstein's docuseries on there. Check that out. Check out The Fall of the Cabal on YouTube. Check that out. And also check out Out of Shadows on YouTube as well, okay? Check all that shit out. I'm not going to have links in the description for those videos on my description because they may be taken down. So it's always, some of them get taken down and new ones pop up. So just look out for the names and look at it. So let me tell y'all something. I know, just with me, I know the situation with George Floyd was a psyop, okay? And I'm going to explain why I think it was. Now, this may or may not be true. I could just be tripping, but me understanding symbolism and understanding these secret societies, understanding these Freemasons, understanding what's going on in this country right now, this shit, we gonna knock this out the way real quick because all you need is a few things. All you need is a few things, not to slip us, but to understand the symbolisms and the calling cards and the signs. And then it's what else could it be? So let's start off with this, right? The Hegelian dialectic. If you don't know what it is, you're about to get the game right now. The Hegelian dialectic is where the ruling elite create a problem, anticipating in advance the reaction of the population to the crisis, and thus conditioning the people to call for change. That's police brutality. Specifically, police beating up black people. That's probably the main thing that could get a reaction like a protest like what's going on right now. That's probably one of the best things that could be done, all right? When the population is properly conditioned, the desired agenda of the ruling elite is presented as a solution. The solution they present is not intended to solve the problem, but to serve as the basis for a new problem or exacerbate the existing one. When the newly created problem reaches boiling point, it becomes the foundation for the people to clamor for change again. So this is what it is, right? Let's get everyone riled up because this police officer killed another black man. And so we're going to arrest this police officer. And then later on down the line, they may be like, oh, you know what? You're acquitted. And this may not happen with this situation with George Floyd, but we know this has happened before. This is the conditioning, all right? So we already know if for whatever reason, if David and other three officers get acquitted, we know people gonna be crazy about that. People not gonna feel that. But we gotta be on top of this type of tactic. So when we see it, we're like, nah, we ain't putting all our energy to that because y'all run a game like y'all usually do, all right? This process is repeated over and over all the time, moving society towards whatever endpoint they have in mind. Problem, reaction, solution, okay? That's police brutality. So now we get with this George Floyd situation, right? Like I said, I know this is a psyop. And that's because of just me knowing what's going on. But I'm going to show y'all, right? So I'm looking at my laptop, but there's going to be pictures going to be posted on the video so y'all know what's going on. So first and foremost, right? George Floyd was friends with an ex-NBA player, Steven Jackson. And if you look at both of them, they look very similar, okay? And they're even called twin. They're not related biologically. At least that's what they say. But they call them twin. Okay? They call them twin. So, when you look in the background for George Floyd, right? Not even the background, but his family. Here's one thing that here's Colin Carson, right? So during this protest, right, George's kids came out just to, attend the protest in Bryan, Texas. Okay, they're in Texas. So George's children's name is Quincy Mason Floyd and Connie Mason Floyd. So both of his children's middle name is Floyd. That is so interesting. I just had another thing right now. But, okay, so some people might think, well, the middle name is just Mason. Okay. For me, and maybe some of you, that's already a wrap. That's all you need to hear. Like, oh, yeah, that's game. We know it. But let's keep on going. So, with Steven Jackson, since they call him twin, that's another Masonic calling card right there, actually, because them being called twin, that is representative of the two pillars. All right. If you don't know what the two pillars are, you can look it up. It's very easy. The two pillars can actually mean a lot of things. It can mean a gateway. It can mean the polarity between, positive and negative. Two opposing forces and then the middle pillar. If they add that, in certain ceremonies, that's actually the two of those energies coming together. That's like Baphomet. That's what it is. The two pillars. But yeah, all right. That's what the twin is for. But here's the thing with Steven Jackson. So there was someone who was following Steven Jackson's page. His handle is like Stack5, right? And he got some screenshots. He got some screenshots of Steven Jackson with a picture laying out a Masonic robe or Masonic apron. Excuse me. So let me pull the picture because I know I got it. But it will be on the screen. He has a Masonic robe. It says, my father's Mason brothers, 33, gave me something to cherish. My dad's gear. Will be following your footsteps, Pops. Rest easy. Salute to all his Mason brothers. That's Stack5. Now, obviously, he deleted this comment, but that's what he posted. So again, I'm seeing that shit. I'm already like, oh, that's a wrap. Like I said, this is psyop. This ain't none other. And I'm gonna keep going with actually dealing with the protest, right? But it's like, bro, this is off top. So, and here's the thing, right? Because when you start understanding what goes on, who and what's really going on in the world as far as with these elites and these Masons and what they do, they don't have a problem really sacrificing someone. But it will be tailored to look like something else, so it can create this reaction that we got going on right now, right? And so this last picture I'm gonna show you is this picture of, well, it's supposed to be Steven Jackson's dad, right? Because Steven Jackson, he posted this picture as well, and he deleted it. But as you see, you can look at this dude and be like, bro, he looks just like his dad. They are completely identical. Shit, he looked like George. They all look alike. And if you know Steven Jackson's background, you know he comes from Port Arthur, Texas. And if you look right there, that's Port Arthur, Texas, okay? So again, understanding the symbolism, this is Freemasonry all over, because you understand that they play a gentleman's game. They will reveal their symbolism. But when you don't know what it is, or you just la-di-da, you won't catch on to it. So now people are catching on to it. Now it's like, oh, y'all running game. We didn't been through this before, but now y'all trying to play this trick. Not to mention that this shit happened other places around the world, but whatever. So, now dealing with these protests, right? These protests, here's the problem with people being stuck with racism. Here's the problem with that. Because I see it in my people in particular, because the only person I see talking about anything that's outside the realm of racism is Young Pharaoh. I'm not saying white supremacy doesn't exist. I know it exists. Newly Fuller Jr., Francis Chris Welsing, Tariq Nasheed, Professor James Malls. Like, come on, man. Like, I know. Don't play with me. I know, but it's just like you still got to be able to vibrate out of that because that is still a human psychological condition. That's not a natural behavior. That's a top behavior. The reactions, the all the stuff. It's a top behavior. So you got to be able to know that's what it is. And the reason why you learn about it is so you'll be able to deal with the common folk. I know not every white person is racist, but the one that is, I'm psychologically prepared for this shit because I know what they deal with. But other than that, if you're a righteous person, you're a righteous person. If you're a cool person, you're a cool person. Whatever. But people wrapped up in this racism thing, and it causes friction amongst the people. So when you go out and protest, right, and you might be peacefully protesting, but you have these people who are white, dressed in black and wearing masks and stuff and lighting shit on fire and throwing bricks to the window. The black people are like, oh, those are more white people. That's just more white people doing that. That's the white supremacists doing that. Not knowing that's Antifa. That's people hired to just cause anarchy. They don't know that. We know that now, but it wasn't known before. And then the white people who get these trigger words for black people as being looters and thugs and all that, they seeing us get along with these Antifa mofos breaking shit. And so now the white people looking at us like, well, there's some more thugs and looters and stuff over there. So now there's friction. There's just more of that narrative being played out. It's being played out just more and more and more. And no one's able to recognize that this shit was a game from the tip. It was a game from the tip. Look at that shit. So it's like, yo, once you're able to realize that, it's like, I'm not getting wrapped up in it. We're more getting wrapped up in exposing and sharing with other people so we can't run that game. What the fuck happened with the coronavirus? How come motherfuckers ain't dropping with lung collapse and shit? How come there's no new cases of COVID-19? How come this shit didn't just blow up? You know, how come, what's going on? They run a game. The reason why they run a game is because these elites, if you want to call them that, the deep state, the cabal, whatever you want to call them, they're losing power. The matrix is crumbling. That's why they're trying to scratch and claw to make shit happen. But people are catching on. That's why they did the blackout. The blackout was supposed to be on July 7th. That's what I was told. That's what the information I got. So someone hit me up saying, are you participating in the blackout? I was like, I'm already off Instagram, so I'm not even on social media like that. What are you talking about? The blackout? I don't know about no blackout. So everyone got everyone has their screens blacked out. And I don't know what the reason they have that. I think it's because, look, people had a blackout, and it was like, yo, we've done this shit before. We've had protests, and we've had blackouts before. We know what happens with that. Nothing. And I'm not saying that to say, well, do you have some kind of solution? There's a lot of things that black people need to do, and we already know what that is, get our shit together in total. So whether that's growing the food, rebuilding the culture, militarizing, getting the science together, getting the health together, we need to be building our nation anyway. So we know what we need to be doing. But what we don't need to be doing is engaging with these fucking tricks so we can get some other stuff popped off so they can get us rounded up and so they can really do what they want to do, which is this NWO shit, if you didn't know. This is like the end game right here. And some of our people, not black people, just people, humans out here messing it up. So I don't think this George Floyd situation was a organic, real thing. I think it was orchestrated. George may have died for real, or he may be on an island chilling. I don't know. But it was a psyop because as soon as you get all this Masonic, so here's the thing. See, people might be thinking it's a conspiracy theory. Here's my question. Why is this shit even here? Why is this shit even here? And that right there let you know, nah, because over here on the Spiritual Initiate channel, we don't believe in coincidences, all right? I don't know people coming in new, they don't know what's going on. We don't believe in coincidences. It's synchronicity. It's law of attraction, all right? Shit just don't magically happen like that. There's a rhyme or reason for it. So for them to be called twin pillar, for George's children to have Mason in both their middle names, for Steven's dad to be a Freemason, and then Steven sharing it on Instagram, he got some gear from him. He's saying that he want to be a Mason too, and then he even got symbolism throwing up the 666. It's like, okay, we see the game. The people who know the symbols, because the symbols will be their downfall. So if you know the symbols, then you're like, okay, y'all running game. So more people need to be aware of this so they don't get caught up in the game. That's why I'm making this video, so we don't get caught up in this. I understand racism is a real thing and all that, but there's something else going on in this country that I'm going to be talking about in more videos that people need to know so they can have the awareness and understand why we should be acting like that, and we should be having a different response. Not a response, but just so we should be acting differently. You shouldn't be tearing up our own cities. But I'm gonna stop there because I could go on and on and on and on and on and on. So yeah, that's my thing. Some people might think that this is a real thing. Some people might be like they really with the Black Lives Matter stuff and all that stuff. And I get it, but it's like, yo, that's what I'm saying. That's real shit. But vibrate higher so you can understand what else is going on, because you don't want to keep on getting trapped in that game, because and that lets you know you're getting trapped in the game, because all it does is get you to do the same shit you've been doing forever. How long niggas been marching? How long have we been protesting? How long we been rioting? And how many blackouts are we gonna do? So there's something else going on. If we kept on getting led in the same direction, we end up in the same place every time. And flipping stuff over is not gonna help, because there's a certain level of information that's missing that we need to be put up on. I'm gonna do my best to put as much people as I can on game so we don't get caught up in the game. All right, so that's my video. See y'all later. Peace out.